Colorado High School Activities Association basketball is on Morgan County's B106. B106.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network tonight from the Beach Cellar in Brush. It's Morgan County Media and a basketball doubleheader as the Fort Morgan Mustangs and Brush Beat Diggers will clash here. I'm John Beltran along with Brian Nickel. Brian will be taking you through the girls' game. We'll be alongside each other here for this doubleheader as the Beat Diggers are coming off a loss to the Yuma Indians in overtime, 50-49 on Monday. And Fort Morgan did beat Conifer for their first win, I should say, on Tuesday, but then lost on Wednesday to Eaton, 55-25. Brian, let's get to it right here as the game is about to start with the Mustangs in black and the Beat Diggers in their home white uniforms.
Yeah, we're ready to get started here. Starting lineups, we'll get those in just a minute, but we've got the tip-off, and that's going to be won by Brush Tip, but Morgan comes up with the ball to Olivia Wolf. Shot is up and no good, rebounded by Dahl. Saved back in, and a fight on the floor. So that's going to be a jump, so that will go to the Brush Beat Diggers.
Pretty good starting five in there for Fort Morgan. I mean, they've got some veteran experience. Emma Christensen, Jenna Fritzler, you mentioned Kirsten Dahl, so they've got three that have plenty of playing experience. As Carly Tatalini now for Brush, and there's the first foul of the game. Kirsten Dahl fouls Kinsey Grauer.
Ran into the back over there, trying to go through her. Brushed inbounds far side with Braylon Rule. Gets it in, now it's going to be underneath. Up and good for Kelly Langford. So the Beat Diggers go up here early. They're going to press full court. The Mustangs get it up court early. And then there's going to be a turnover on the pass underneath Agenda Montoya.
And if Keely Langford gets those open looks, Brian, it's going to be a long night for Fort Morgan. They've got to neutralize the inside. Mustangs cannot allow those easy baskets.
Yeah, you can't allow that kind of stuff. So the Brush Beat Diggers in their offense now with Kinsey Grauer. Ball is going to be tipped and going to be retained by the Beat Diggers. Rule hands it out to Tatalini. Over now to Grauer over on the far right side. Into the hands of Bailey Link. Up top once again to Langford as they work the outside edge of the perimeter here. Cross court pass now to Rule. She's going to try the jumper. In and out, going to be tipped around and finally taken away by the Mustangs as Emma Christensen with her first rebound of the game. Olivia Wolf now trying to get the Mustang offense started up here. Emma Christensen out on the left high wing. Keeps that dribble now inside, but that ball is going to go past Fritzler and out of bounds. So turnover Mustangs to the Beat Diggers as they will inbounds far into the court.
Well, that's the other thing, Brian. How many shot attempts is Fort Morgan going to get? That's already 2 turnovers. You want some shot attempts,
yeah.
So you neutralize the amount of turnovers you're going to make in the game.
So the Beat Diggers in possession. In the lane is Link. She's going to kick it out to Rule in the corner. Net three is up and good for Braylon Rule. So 5-0 Beat Diggers with 6:03 left. A turnover by the Mustangs as they're called for the travel.
Yeah, Emma Christensen lifted that back foot, and that's the thing. She's coming off, well, she's got a knee brace there. I don't know if that's off of last year. She did have those double wrists that she broke here in a game in Fort Morgan.
Now a foul called on the Lady Mustangs, and that will go against Jenna Fritzler. That will be her first, team second. 5-0 Diggers here with 5:56 to go here in the first quarter. Brush to inbounds right baseline of their basket with Rule. They're going to get it in and going to be a jump, but that should be to the Mustangs. As Brush will press full court into the hands of Wolf. And that ball is going to be tipped by Brush and taken over. Shot is going to be up and good by Kinsey Grauer.
Great feed by Tatalini there, and the Mustangs have 3 turnovers already.
So Fritzler with the little jumper in and out, going to be rebounded by Grauer. As they hustle the ball down court with Rule. Now the three is going to be taken by Link, and that comes up short. They're going to call a travel on Tatalini.
Yeah, as soon as she got that rebound, Brian, she should have just dribbled it right there, but did not. Let's see if the Mustangs can break this press. That's the issue.
Yeah, they got it across there a couple times, and it's going to be taken away once again, but taken back by the Mustangs. Fritzler. Layup is going to be up and short.
That's going to be second foul on Fritzler. She went over the back. It looks like of Keely Langford.
Yeah, that will be her second. She'll be coming out here shortly. Brooklyn Cundiff will come in. Ashlyn Tatalini in for the Lady Beat Diggers. Braylon Rule will take a seat. 7-0 here. 5:06 left. The Beat Diggers are ahead as they bring the ball into the front court with Langford. Now Grauer, her shot is up and good from the free throw line. 4 points on the night for Grauer. So 9-0 here. Beat Diggers here in the first period. Montoya going to kick it out to Emma Christensen. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by the Beat Diggers and Carly Tatalini. Over on the near side to Link. She's going to drive that baseline, and it's going to be taken away by Kirsten Dahl. Olivia Wolf now trying to get the ball up into the front court, and does. As the Mustangs look to get on the board here with 4:15 left here in this first period. Montoya out on the left high wing, going to go to Dahl out at the point. Dahl is going to dribble it down, but knocked out of bounds by the Beat Diggers. So Fort Morgan will inbound right baseline of their basket. Olivia Wolf looks to get it in, does to Kirsten Dahl, and she is hammered from the back. And I believe that they're going to put that on Bailey Link. That will be her first.
That's a heck of an inbounds pass there.
Yeah, it's a nice play, got her open. On the line for the Mustangs. So now Kirsten Dahl will go to the line to shoot two. See if they can break this scoreless streak here, and they do. Kirsten Dahl with the first bucket, or first point for the Mustangs
They've
tonight.
done a better job of breaking the press here. They just got to get some open shots and make them.
Foul shot number 2 off the back of the rim and no good, but it's going to be rebounded by Christensen. And then taken away by the Beat Diggers, and that layup is going to be good for Cashlyn Tatalini. Her first bucket of the night. Mustangs get the ball up court once again. Christensen in the lane. Going to be a tie-up. And that will be possession to the Beat Diggers. So now into the game will be Amaya Bruno. And that will be Carly Tatalini taking a seat for the Beat Diggers. Up 11-1 with 3:45 to go here, first period. From this beautiful gymnasium here in Brush.
Oh, I can't even call it a gym, Brian. This thing is an arena. But it is beautiful. No doubt about it.
Shot is up and no good by Langford. Does get her own rebound and kicks it back out. Up top, Langford had it up top. Now over on the far side to Grauer. She's going to drive it in, and a foul is going to be called on the shot. And that will be on Brooklyn Cundiff. So that will be her first.
Your first visit, right?
This is my first visit.
You're still in awe a little
Yeah,
bit?
it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's incredible.
I bet there is. The first shot is up and good. I'll bet there's some colleges that are in awe of this.
100%. I mean, I did a basketball game at a Colorado School of Mines when Brush was in the 3A state tournament in 2015. It's not as nice as this, I'll tell you that.
Next shot is up and good for Grauer. 13-1 Brush, and that ball is going to be tipped and taken away by the Beat Diggers, and they're going to save it over on the far side. Up top to Tatalini. She's going to go for a deep three, and that's off the back of the rim, and finally rolled around and in for the three for Tatalini. Now the Mustangs up court, Kirsten Dahl, and the turnover into the front court with Rule. And the layup is going to be good from the other side on the layup. And that will be Cashlyn Tatalini, her third bucket of the night.
Well, it's 18-1, Brian, and Fort Morgan's not getting back on defense here the last couple of times. And they've committed 6 turnovers unofficially. You and I might have different totals, but near around the same at the end. And Brush is certainly playing better than the other night than they did against Yuma, but then again, the quality competition was obviously better on Monday night when Brush lost in overtime 50-49. And quite frankly, there have been several possessions with this Fort Morgan team. They have broken the press. They've had some open shots and have missed them, but you got to slow the game down.
Yeah.
You can't go too fast here. You go too fast, and I would hope if Brush goes up by 25 or 30 points that they back off on the press, Brian, just to keep this game going along in a more efficient fashion.
Yeah, that'd just be the sportsman thing to do. Mustang get the ball in the backcourt. Cundiff, that ball is going to be tipped away once again by the Beat Diggers. Underneath, and that shot is going to be blocked out of bounds by Dahl.
Yep, 8 turnovers unofficially. I think I had 6. But anyway, it's between.
Yeah, that's what I've got, 8 right now. So into the game now for the Mustangs, and that is Jessica Sanchez.
I believe she's also a senior.
And that shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Montoya. And the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds, so Mustangs to retain possession, as they will now inbounds left baseline of their basket. Olivia Wolf looks to get it in, does to Dahl on the left side. Back to Wolf, and that shot is up and misses everything, and then out of bounds off of the Beat Diggers' Kinsey Grauer. So now the Mustangs to inbounds right baseline of their basket. Get it into Kirsten Dahl once again. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. Beat Diggers look to get their offense set up over on the far side. Link out top to Grauer. Back to Link on that left side. Up top, and that 3 is going to be off the side of the rim. No good. Going to be tipped around and retained by the Beat Diggers. Tipped. And a fight for the ball, and
I think Anthony Wilson called a timeout for Brush.
I'm surprised they would give it to him unless the lady Beat Digger had the control. I thought the ball was loose down there.
I think it was. Brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, Home Auto, Life, and Health. Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance, 842-4555. But you're right, it didn't look like complete control, and normally they will not credit you with a timeout unless one team has control of the ball.
But it's
but right now you've got 4 different players for Brush outscoring Fort Morgan.
Yep. 18-1 is the score with 1:51 left here in the first period. The Mustangs need a timeout also to try to get things together. Beat Diggers to inbound right baseline of their basket with Rule. In to Tatalini, back to Tatalini, up top, and that is going to be Link, and that is off the side of the rim and no good. Taken away by Kirsten Dahl.
Oh, and then Grauer had a steal, and she missed. The Mustangs got to hold on to that ball.
Emma Christensen into the front court, going to try and get this Mustang offense set up here, down 18-1. Olivia Wolf drives it down underneath and going to be taken away by the Beat Diggers, Amaya Bruno. Now up court is the Beat Diggers. Tatalini over on the far side. She gets the ball back, and the ball is going to be blocked and taken away by Kirsten Dahl.
That's a nice block by Montoya.
So on the near side now, Wolf up top to Kirsten Dahl. Over on the far side to Emma Christensen. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Olivia Wolf. Wolf now hands it off to Montoya up top, over to Christensen. Christensen back to Wolf. Dahl's going to drive it down. She's going to kick it out, and it's going to be a turnover by the Mustangs as the Beat Diggers get it up court with Grauer. Grauer's layup is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded and put back by Braylon Rule. Her second basket of the night, 20-1. Beat Diggers here with 20 seconds left in this first period. Over on the far side, that will be Jenda Montoya. Her shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Tatalini. Tatalini drives it all the way down Now she's going to kick it out to Link for the three, and that is going to be up and in and out. Going to be rebounded by Montoya. And that will bring this first quarter to an end with the Beat Diggers leading the Fort Morgan Mustangs 20-1 on B106, B106.com, and Eastern Plains Sports Network. Start of the second period here. The Mustangs have some work to do here as they are down 20-1. I have unofficially 10 turnovers for the Mustangs and 2 on Brush. Mustangs will take control here of the second quarter on this near side now, and that will be Maribela Diaz. Over on the far side to Kirsten Dahl. Her shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded, and see if they're going to call jump ball, and that will go to the Beat Diggers. So the Mustangs come up empty here on their first possession of the second period. Now into the game. That shot is going to be up and no good by...
Yeah, Tolentino missed it, but it was put in by Carly Tatalini off the rebound.
So Carly Tatalini with the bucket. Her first bucket of the night, 22-1. Mustangs Kendra Brenneman in. That shot is going to be up and good from the left side, and that will be Fritzler.
Kirsten Dahl.
Excuse me. She's been the offense so far for the Mustangs. One free throw and a bucket. So Keely Langford over on the far side to Bruno. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Kirsten Dahl. Olivia Wolf now with it. She's going to bring it up into the front court. Ripples it down into the just outside the lane now to Diaz. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Brenneman. And that shot is no good. Beat Diggers with the rebound. Kick it off now to Langford out front to Bruno, back to Tatalini, and she is going to be called for the turnover. She'll be called for a walk.
They just keep fresh bodies in there, Brian, as you can tell. Grauer, Link, and Cashlin Tatalini back in, and the Mustangs don't go as deep even though they're trying to.
Yeah, they just sometimes you work with what you've got. So the Mustangs against this press, they get it up into the front court with Diaz, and that pass is going to be thrown out of bounds. So turnover to the Beat Diggers, 22-3, 6:16 left here, second period.
You hate to say this is what we expected, but I think this is kind of what we expected.
Yeah. Cashlin Tatalini, that ball is going to be a foul on Kirsten Dahl. That will be her second. Fritzler back into the game for the Mustangs, and Dahl will take a seat. So the Beat Diggers now to inbound right baseline of their basket with Cashlin Tatalini to throw it in. And they do get it in underneath. And finally into Carly Tatalini. But they're going to call a 3-second.
Well, I don't think they called 3 seconds, Brian. I think they called 10 seconds.
Oh.
I mean, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in the lane forever. They were in the lane forever. But, yeah, I'm surprised 3 seconds wasn't called much earlier. And that's
a double dribble is going to be called on Emma Christensen. So unofficially 12 turnovers on the Mustangs, 22-3. Beat Diggers. Cashlin Tatalini, they try to get it underneath to Grauer, now under the corner to Langford. She's going to drive it in. Shot is going to be up and no good, but it looks like it's going to be tipped out of bounds off the Beat Diggers. So possession to the Mustangs. We have Maribela Diaz. She gets it in to Christensen, back to Diaz. They'll try to get it into the front court and do. He's going to throw it underneath, and that ball is going to be off of the Beat Diggers out of bounds. Keely Langford.
They make 3 or 4 good passes in a row, then they force one. I think that's the issue.
Yeah,
you can't force those passes. Just hold on to the ball and slow it down.
Just need to back out a little bit. That ball is going to be tipped and taken away. Layup is going to be up and no good by Tatalini. She will go to the line, I believe, to shoot 2. And
Foul,
foul was
Estrada
on
Diaz.
Diaz with her first.
Straight up at 6 o'clock Mountain Time. This is Morgan County's B106 KPRB Brush, Fort Morgan.
First free throw by Tatalini is no good. But she will earn a second here since she was fouled on the shot. Next free throw is nothing but net. So 23-3. With the Beat Diggers in the lead as the Mustangs look to get the ball into the front court. Get it to Fritzler on the layup. Up and good on the layup by Jenna Fritzler. The Beat Diggers right down quickly into the front court. And the ball is going to be, they didn't call a tie-up. It was stolen by Fritzler. In the corner now is Emma Christensen. She's going to drive it into the lane. Her shot is no good, but she is fouled on the shot. So Christensen will go to the line, and that is going to be a foul on Carly Tatalini, her first.
Hey, they're looking a lot better here in the last couple of minutes. You know, Brush is obviously running away with this game, and that press is not a smothering press, Brian. It's a light press that Brush is applying.
The first free throw is up and good by Christensen. Her first point of the night. So Braylon Rule into the game now for the Beat Diggers. Cashlyn Tatalini to take a seat. 23-6, 4:52 left here in the first half. Shot is up, bounces around, and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. Beat Diggers into the front court, and that ball is going to be tipped. Nice defense there by Emma Christensen. She knocks it out of bounds. So now the Beat Diggers, the inbound right baseline of their basket. We'll see who's going to trigger it in for them, and that will be Carly Tatalini. Tatalini gets it in underneath to Langford. Now they're going to call another jump, and that will be possession to the Mustangs. So nice job there by the Lady Mustangs to create that tie-up. Diaz looks to get it in. She does to Christensen. Back to Diaz. Diaz on the near side to Fritzler. Fritzler across court. And that is going to be up and no good by Holdcroft. Shot is going to be up and good, though, by Fritzler. She gets the rebound. 23-8. Beat Diggers with 4:20 left here first half. Up top now to Braylon Rule over on the near side to Tatalini into the corner to Langford. Being guarded out there, and the ball is going to be over the head of Rule. Diaz is going to drive it down, and the shot is going to be up and no good, and it looks like it's going to be tipped off the Mustangs and out of bounds. So we get the turnover, but can't get the points.
It's a 7-3 quarter, though, for Fort Morgan.
Yeah.
Down by 19, only down by 15, but sometimes that small stretch that'll get you beat, but Fort Morgan's playing a pretty good second quarter here.
Yeah, you got to win the quarters, as they say. So Brush now in control of the ball. Shot is banked in for the three, and that was Cashlyn Tatalini, her second three of the night. 26-8. Olivia Wolf with a shot, and they're going to call an offensive foul as she jumped into Cashlyn Tatalini.
Yeah, that goes as a turnover as well. Offensive fouls are turnovers in basketball. And the lead was 19 after one. It's 18 now with over 3.5 minutes to go in the second.
Brush brings it up court with Tatalini over on the far side, and that three is going to be gets nothing. And now a push foul is going to be called. I believe that is Fritzler. So that will be Fritzler's third. 8 team fouls, so 1-1 for the Beat Diggers. Genda Montoya and Fritzler to take a seat.
Number 15, Genda Montoya. On the line for the Beat Diggers, number 15,
Braylon Rule at the line. She has 5 points on the night. That free throw is up and good. So she earns another. 27-8, 3:25 left here in this first half of play here from Brush, Colorado. And that rebound is going to come down to Kirsten Dahl.
I got Dahl with 6 rebounds already.
Now they're going to kick it out to Dahl out top and off of the hands, but rebounded or retained by Diaz. Kirsten Dahl now over on this near side to Wolf. She's going to drive that baseline, try to take it up, and she is going to be fouled on the shot. And that is going to be on Bailey Link, her second. So Olivia Wolf will go to the line to shoot 2. 27-8, 3:02 left here, second period. Net free throw is up and good. Her first point of the night. So into the game is Amaya Bruno, and out of the game will be Carly Tatalini. So Olivia Wolf with shot number 2 up and good. Now into the game for the Beat Diggers will be Keely Langford. Bailey Link will come out. 27-10, 3 minutes left here, first half of game number 1. Langford with the ball, going to get it to Grauer. Grauer is going to be fouled by Diaz. So that'll be team foul number 9. Diaz's second.
They're going to say it was 1-1. I think back here they said 1-1. Yeah, I thought it was 2 shots because the officials contradicted each other, but Grauer makes the first anyway.
Next shot is nothing but net for Grauer. 8 points on the night for Grauer. Kirsten Dahl over to Christensen. To Jenda Montoya. That ball is going to be taken away by the Beat Diggers and going to be thrown away by the Beat Diggers on this far end.
That's the thing with Tatalini. She's a great athlete. She made a great play defensively and then not a good decision offensively. Got to slow it down and just make sure the game. Ron, I think you've said it many times. Let the game come to you.
Yeah.
You can't force the action.
Need to slow it down a little bit.
Right.
Get the ball into Emma Christensen now in the front court to Holdcroft. Ball is going to be tapped away, and it's going to be taken by the Beat Diggers. Tatalini once again, and she's going to back it out this time over on the near side now to Bruno. Underneath, that was a nice pass, but let's see if they do. The Brush does control it. They do keep possession, and that shot by Tatalini is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Christensen. And that shot from the other side is no good by Diaz. It's going to be rebounded by Keely Langford. Minute 54 to go. 29-10 Beat Diggers. Keely Langford gets it back out here by the 3-point line. Now they're going to go in underneath to Langford. On the near side now to Rule. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Bruno, and that is no good. And that is going to be tipped out of bounds off of Olivia Wolf. So Brooklyn Cundiff will come in with 1:32 left here in the first half, with Holdcroft coming out. So Carly Tatalini comes into the game for the Beat Diggers. They get it into Grauer. Ball is going to be tipped away by the Mustangs.
Oh, nice crossover.
Nice. Diaz with the point. The shot from the right side is up and good.
Mustangs winning the quarter, Brian.
29-12. Minute 10 to go here in this first half as the Beat Diggers work their offense here. Grauer's shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded underneath by Rule. And then a foul is going to be called. And that will be on Cundiff. That'll be her second.
Well, that should have been a Morgan rebound, but Rule just went around a Mustang and rebounded that basketball.
Yeah, they're not blocking out like they need to, that's for sure. And that first free throw by Braylon Rule is no good. But they are in the double bonus now. And that is in and out, rebounded by Cundiff. Emma Christensen, it's going to be taken away by the Beat Diggers. Tatalini layup is going to be up and good for Carly Tatalini. 4 points on the night for Tatalini. 31-12, under 50 seconds here to go. Shot by Montoya is up and good from the left baseline. her first basket of the night. 30 seconds left here. 31-14 Diggers. Over on the far side is Tatalini. Now on the near side to Grauer over onto the baseline, and that shot is going to be up and no good by Rule. Going to be rebounded by Tatalini. That shot is up and no good. Going to be taken away by Olivia Wolf. Wolf all the way down. Layup is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. 5 seconds left here with Tatalini on the other side. That shot is up and going to be good at the buzzer. And that is going to be Keely Langford at the buzzer. So here at halftime, the Lady Beat Diggers lead the Fort Morgan Lady Mustangs 33-14 here on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Start of the second half here, the Beat Diggers in possession. On the near side is Link. She's going to dribble it in, hand it off to Grauer. And then a three is going to be taken and no good by Tatalini. Going to be rebounded by Christensen. Christensen gets it to Dahl at the free throw line. Shot rolls off and no good. Going to be rebounded by Link. As the Beat Diggers get ready to set up their offense. Grauer now at the left elbow being guarded by Wolf. That shot is going to be up and no good. That should be a foul. Wow. They didn't get that off.
You got to call that against Grauer. Yeah.
Had her Christensen or Dahl right around the neck.
7th rebound for Kirsten Dahl unofficially.
Now on the near side to Fritzler. She's going to pick up her dribble. Back to Wolf out to the point. Now to Emma Christensen. She's going to drive it down that left side. Layup is going to be up and no good, but she's going to draw the foul. And that will be on Bailey Link. That will be her third. And Christensen will go to the line to shoot two. First free throw is off the side of the rim and no good. She will get ready to shoot free throw number 2 here with 7 minutes left here, third period, 33-14. Free throw is in and out. Going to be rebounded by Fritzler. Her shot is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Dahl. She's going to drive it into the lane. Her shot up, no good. Rebounded once again by Fritzler. And Fritzler will go to the line this time and shoot two. And she was fouled by Grauer. That would be her first.
Steve Starcher's got to be happy the way his team has played the last, 9.5 minutes, Brian? 9 some odd minutes.
Free throw is up and good for Fritzler. 5 points on the night for Fritzler. She will shoot number 2. 6:51 to go here, third period. She bends, she shoots, up and good. 6 points on the night for Fritzler. Yes, Tatalini brings it up court, going to go across court to Langford. Langford over in the court to Rule. Underneath and back out to, and that is going to be up and good by Cashlyn Tatalini.
That was a heck of a pass by Keeley to Cashlyn. I mean, talk about offensive execution there.
So the Mustangs, they get it into Christensen. Layup is up and no good. And that rebound is going to go to Carly Tatalini. Bounce pass underneath, going to be kicked out on the far side, and that three is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Fritzler. As the Mustangs get it into the front court, try to set up this offense here a little bit, slow it down, and see if they can get a bucket. Kirsten Dahl is going to get it to Fritzler. Fritzler in the lane, going to kick it out to Montoya. Montoya back to Christensen out at the three-point line. Over on the far side, to Wolf for the three. Up and good for Olivia Wolf from downtown. 5 points on the night for Wolf. Now the Beat Diggers in possession. Up top is Carly Tatalini. She's going to kick it off now to Cashlyn Tatalini. Back to Tatalini up at the top. That would be Cashlyn. Mustangs in a 2-3 zone defense. Ball is going to be tipped away, but that foul is going to go on Kirsten Dahl. That will be her third. Jenna Fritzler also with 3 fouls on the night. So the Beat Diggers to inbounds left baseline of their basket. Cashlyn Tatalini to trigger it in. And she's going to get it in to Carly. Carly's going to drive it down. That is going to be up and good. And then she was also fouled. And that is going to go on Kirsten Dahl. That will be her fourth. So Brooklyn Cundiff will come in for Dahl.
Do they normally have just 2 officials for varsity girls? I thought they had 3.
They should. Yep.
But I guess you can go with 2. There's a shortage, but normally they have 3. So
free throw is up and good by Tatalini. 14 points on the night for Cashlyn Tatalini. 38-19 Beat Diggers. 5 minutes to go here in this third period. Chrysler keeps that ball alive. Now she's going to get it off to Christensen. She's going to drive it into the lane. Her left-handed layup is up and no good. And she's going to get her own rebound. And a tie-up, and that will be possession to the Mustangs.
Checking in for your Beat Diggers, number 22, Maya Bruno.
Maya Bruno in for Carly Tatalini. The Mustangs to inbounds left baseline. And they get it into Christensen. Montoya back to Wolf from the three-point line, up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Cundiff. Her shot is up and no good, and then a foul is going to be on Fritzler. She went over the back.
That's not a good foul, Brian. That's her 4th. No reason to do that.
So that is 4 on Fritzler, 4 on Kirsten Dahl. And now Jessica Sanchez will come in for Fritzler.
Here's the deal. If both of those foul out, Fort Morgan has virtually nothing rebounding-wise, because those are the 2 rebounders,
yeah.
Fritzler and Dahl, and now they're both in foul trouble. We still have 4:43 to go in the third.
So over on the far side with Langford. She's going to hand it off now to Tatalini out at the top. And going to be taken away by the Mustangs. So turnover by the Beat Diggers. Olivia Wolf picks it up. Over on the far side, Emma Christensen's going to pick it up, and it's going to be off of the Beat Diggers and out of bounds, so the Mustangs will retain possession.
Do you have a turnover for Fort Morgan in the quarter?
I do not.
Okay, well, that indicates progress.
Gone almost half a quarter without a turnover, so three-pointers up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Cundiff. Up and good is Brooklyn Cundiff. Her first basket of the night, 38-21. Over on the far side for the Beat Diggers is Rule. And now Grauer back to Rule. Shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Langford. And now a foul is going to be called on Jessica Sanchez, I believe.
Yep.
It will be her first.
Number 3.
Into the game now for the Beat Diggers will be Bailey Link. Grauer will come out.
Estrada Diaz in for Fort Morgan.
So the Beat Diggers inbounds on near side. Over on the far side now to Tatalini. Back up to Link at the top. Back to Tatalini over on that right wing. Now she's going to come out to the top. Link on the right wing. She's going to drive it down up top to Bruno. Into the lane to Langford. And the deep three, and that is up and no good by Cashlyn Tatalini. But the Beat Diggers do retain possession on the rebound by Rule. On the near side now will be Bruno. Up top to Link. She thought about a 3 for a minute and then brought it back down. Langford, and now at the top, Langford gets it back on the left wing. She's going to drive it in. Could have had a foul called on. There is a foul call to see if it's going to go on. Yep, going to go on Cundiff. So that will be her third. And that will be Keely Langford to the line to shoot 2. She has 4 points on the night. Be her first trip to the free throw line. She bends, shoots, and off the front of the rim and no good. Into the game for the Beat Diggers now is Carly Tatalini. She will replace Braylon Rule. With 3:12 left here, third period, 38-21 Beat Diggers. So she bends, shoots, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Christensen. She brings it down to set up the offense, gets it off to Wolf out at the point. Over on the far side to Diaz. She's going to drive it down. Now a foul is going to be called on the Beat Diggers, and that will be Cashlyn Tatalini. I have that for her first.
Yeah, that was clearly a reach. Although Brush has not committed many fouls in this game at all, Brian.
No, not near as many as Fort Morgan has. So Christensen threw it to Diaz, but Diaz was not looking and went into the backcourt. That will be their first turnover here with just 2:54 left here in this third period. So a big improvement on turnovers.
Not
right
bad.
there.
I mean, after they had, as you mentioned, 17 in the opening half and the first here in the second half, and we're in the waning moments of the third quarter.
So Brush now on offense with Carly Tatalini. She's going to give it off to Grauer. And going to be a turnover, and Diaz, see if she can control it. She's going to give it off to Olivia Wolf for the three, and that is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. She gets it up court quickly. Grauer's shot is going to be up and no good. Tipped around and taken by Cundiff. Now Christensen, you need to slow it down, back it back out. We're going to give it to Wolf over on that left wing. She's going to bring it out and then go back. And Jenda Montoya with the shot up and no good, going to be rebounded by Cashlyn Tatalini. She's going to bring it down and get the offense set up. Not at the point now. It will be Carly Tatalini now linked from the corner, and that three is up and no good. Going to be rebounded and up and good by Cashlyn Tatalini.
It's a big night for her, 16 points.
Yep, 40-21, minute 45 to go here in this third period. Ball is going to be turned over once again by the Mustangs. Cashlyn Tatalini all the way down, up and good for the layup. She had the steal and took it coast to coast. And now a full timeout is going to be taken here by the Lady Mustangs, but big improvement at least by the Mustangs as they trail it here 42-21 with a minute and a half left.
All right, when you look at it, sorry, Brian, but I mean, it's a 22-20 game since the end of the first quarter. That's a good basketball game.
Yeah.
It was just that 20-1 first quarter that killed them.
And I think we've seen that in the past. You know, you get down and you just can't ever make it up. You have that one bad quarter, and it just it gets away from you at that point. So, but just baby steps as we go here early on.
Well, you have to learn how to play well when the game is competitive, because it's easier to play well when the game is already over. You're down by 19. You figure psychologically, hey, we're not going to win this game. Now we can relax. As opposed to coming out, it's a 0-0 game. Now it's a competitive game because it just started, and then you fall behind. I mean, this is a different basketball team we're seeing from Fort Morgan here in the last 14 and a half minutes and in the first 8 minutes. And as for Brush, I think they're just getting Morgan's best right now. They're missing open shots, but that's what the Beat Diggers have struggled through so far with the first few games this season, missing wide open shots. And that's why they're not winning by 40 or 50 points in this game. They're up by 21.
Yeah. So the Mustangs will take possession. Kendra Brenneman into the game. Emma Christensen on the sidelines. Brenneman back up top once again to Diaz on the near side to Wolf. Also into the game is Holdcroft. Brenneman with a head fake picks up her dribble, gives it back out to Diaz out at the top. She's going to drive it down. Wolf for the three, and that is off the rim and no good. Tipped around and off of the Beat Diggers. So the Mustangs will retain possession with a minute 11 left here, third period. Beat Diggers leading at 42-21. Wolf looks to get it in. She gets it in to Diaz, almost tipped away. Wolf for the three, and that is going to be short off the front of the rim. And that is going to be rebounded by Keely Langford. Layup is going to be up and good, and that is going to be Bruno with her first bucket of the night. Cross court to Brenneman. She's going to give it off to Diaz out at the top. Bounce pass to Holdcroft. Brenneman with a head fake. Her shot is going to be blocked and taken away by Carly Tatalini.
Nice block there by Kinsey Grauer.
And now that shot is going to be up and no good and tipped around. It's going to be off of Brenneman and out of bounds. Emma Christensen back into the game for Brenneman.
Keely Langford hit a jumper to close out the second quarter. She was smooth. She had the clock against her, but she has missed open shots where she's just pulled a string and had no arc, and it's not coming off her hand.
Now the Beat Diggers inbounds, and Grauer with a three, and that is in and out. Going to be finally tipped around and taken away by Christensen. Christensen over to Wolf. Wolf's going to drive it down. She's going to get in amongst the trees there and loses possession.
Yeah, she forced that completely.
It's now underneath once again to Rule. We're down to 7 seconds. And a foul on the shot, and that will be on Emma Christensen. That will be her first. But to the line for the Beat Diggers will be Braylon Rule. And she will shoot 2. She is 1 of 4 from the free throw line so far tonight. That free throw is off the back rim and no good. Once again for the Mustangs, checking in will be Jessica Sanchez. Jenda Montoya to take a seat here with the last 7 seconds of the third quarter.
You knew Brush would make a little run with Dawn Fritzler on the bench, and that's what's happened here.
Free throw is up and good for Rule. 7 points on the night for Rule. Mustangs get it down. The shot is going to be up and good for a 2-pointer from Diaz as that closes out quarter number 3. So as we go to the final quarter here, the Beat Diggers lead at 45-24 on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. So quarter number 4 here coming up here in the first game of 2 as the girls will wrap it up here with the last quarter, and then the boys will start, looks like maybe on time. So 45-23, the Beat Diggers in possession. Over on the far side is Bruno. Up top to Rule. Now on this near side to Carly Tatalini. Up top, and that is going to be off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by the Mustangs. Holdcroft, her first board of the night. Emma Christensen drives it down, and they're going to call a offensive foul, I believe, on Sanchez on an illegal screen. That will be her second. So Bailey Link will come in. Amaya Bruno out. Along with Cashlyn Tatalini, she will come in. Braylon Rule will take a seat. 45-23, 7.5 to go here, fourth period. Tatalini to Langford. Ball is going to be tipped but retained by the Beat Diggers. And that is going to be a turnover on the travel by Cashlyn Tatalini. So much better on both teams as far as turnovers here in that second half so far.
Yeah, much better in terms of quality.
So Emma Christensen, a little jumper from the left elbow, is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Carly Tatalini. Cashlyn Tatalini for a 3 from straight on, and that is off the back of the rim and no good. Going to be rebounded by Keely Langford. Over on the near side now by Carly Tatalini. Bailey Link with a layup, and that is going to be up and good from the right side. That is Link's first bucket of the night. 47-23 Beat Diggers. Diaz shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. Have 6 on the night for her. Now Cashlyn Tatalini hands it off to Langford. Back to Tatalini as she brings it out to the point. Over on the near side now to Carly Tatalini. That shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Link, and that shot is going to be up and good, and she was fouled on the shot. And that foul will go on Jessica Sanchez. That will be her third. So you have Kirsten Dahl, Jenda Montoya, and Jenna Fritzler into the game. As Diaz will come out along with Holdcroft and Diaz. And at the free throw line is Link, and that is off the front of the rim and no good. Rebounded out there by Link. Pass underneath once again and taken away by the Mustangs. So Emma Christensen over to Wolf on the far side. Fritzler with a little up and under, and that's going to be on the top of the backboard and rolls off the back. So 49-23.
We saw that go in today in a Warrior Sons second grade game. Doesn't roll the same way here in Brush, Brian.
Nope. Must be downhill to the south. So a jump is called. Nice Job there by Emma Christensen to tie it up. It will go over to the Lady Mustangs with 5:52 left here, 49-23.
You can say this game was over after the first quarter with 20-1, but since then it's 29-22.
Yeah, it's been competitive. It just got away from them early on. So Fritzler is going to be called for the travel. She changed pivot feet. So Brush, then we're going to put on a full court press here by the Lady Mustangs. And down court, and it worked. Brush turns it over. Now the Mustangs will inbounds at the far end with 5:37 left here, fourth period.
Yeah, they should have had an easy layup there, Brian.
Yeah, just overthrew him a little bit. Now Montoya out here. She's going to give it off to Dahl. She's going to turn and shoot. Draws the foul. And that will be on Grauer. That will be her second. Kirsten Dahl will go to the line to shoot two. She is one of two. She had the 1 point there in that first quarter for the Lady Mustangs. Free throw is off the back rim and no good. So she will shoot foul shot number 2. Dribbles that ball, bends and shoots, and that is up and good for Kirsten Dahl. 3 points on the night for Dahl. First point of this fourth period for the Lady Mustangs. Over on the far side is Keely Langford. Nice job there by Dahl to break it up, but it does go off of her and out of bounds. So Braylon Rule to inbounds. Into the game now will be Carly Catalini. Keely Langford to take a seat. 5:16 left, 49-24 Beat Diggers. As they look to inbounds. And they do get it in on the far side to Link. Now on the near side to Carly Catalini. Being guarded by Christensen. Gives it back to Grau at the free throw line. She's going to kick it back out and over on the other side to Bruno. Bruno into Link. Her pass is going to be tipped. But Link does recover. Now the three is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. And now a tie-up is called. Possession to the Beat Diggers. As it will be ruled inbounds for the Beat Diggers. They get it into Link in the corner. Up top to Tatalini, over on the far side, and back to Grauer. Grauer's shot is up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Kirsten Dahl.
I have that as her 9th already.
So the Mustangs get that ball in and down, but the shot is up and no good by Christensen. Going to be rebounded by Grauer. She's going to drive it all the way down to the lane and up and no good. Tipped around and a tie-up. And that will be possession now to the Mustangs. Into the game once again will be Cashlyn Tatalini. Bailey Link to take a seat. 4:19 to go here in the game. 49-24. Lady Beat Diggers. Hands it off to Montoya. Fritzler back to Montoya to Christensen. Over on the far side to Olivia Wolf. Her three is up and good. Olivia Wolf, her second three of the night. 8 points on the night for Wolf. Over on the far side to Catalini. And that shot is going to be up and no good by Rule. It's going to be rebounded by Wolf. The ball is going to be tipped away, but to a Mustang underneath, and it's going to be off of the hands of Emma Christensen.
I've only got that as about, 6 turnovers? And what do you got?
I've got 3 in the fourth period.
Yeah, I had 3 in the third and 3 in the fourth, but either way, yeah.
It's been cleaned up a lot.
Much more disciplined basketball for Fort Morgan. And now, since the end of the first quarter, it's essentially a 29-26 game. That's how close it's been for the last 20-some-odd minutes.
The Beat Diggers running their offense. They get it into Link, and that layup is up and good. She just went right through the Mustang defense. 6 points in this quarter for Link. 51-27, 3:15 left. Shot is going to be up and no good by Fritzler. It's going to be kept in bounds by the Beat Diggers. Link all the way down. Her shot is going to be blocked, but that's going to be on Fritzler, and that will be 5 on Jenna Fritzler. So that she will exit the game with 6 points on the night. So Bailey Link to go to the line to shoot 2. 6 points, as I said, for Link here in this 4th period. Shot is up and good for Link. 52-27. 3:07 left here in the game. Boys game coming up shortly. And that free throw also up and good. So 8 points on the night for Link. Christensen off to Montoya. Montoya picks up her dribble back to Christensen. Christensen with a little turnaround. Olivia Wolf with the 3, and that is up and good. So 9 points on the night for Olivia Wolf, all from...
And she's actually got 11, had 2 free throws in the opening half.
That's right. That 3 is up and no good by Bruno. Going to be rebounded by Link. And now the Beat Diggers miss the shot, and Kirsten Dahl will come down with the rebound. Olivia Wolf out at the point, going to give it to Kendra Brenneman, who has come into the game. Now to Emma Christensen. She's going to drive that baseline. She's going to kick it out to Montoya from the right side. Up and good is Jenda Montoya. 4 points on the night for Montoya. We give it off to Bailey out at the left high point. Now back out to Carly Tatalini. She's going to pick up her dribble, give it off to Bailey. Now on the far side to Tatalini. Bruno back to Tatalini, and that is going to be up and no good. Going to be rebounded by Dahl.
Boy, she's tearing up the backboard tonight. Double digits in rebounds.
So Emma Christensen all the way in. They're going to call a blocking foul. And I believe that might be on Keely Langford. And it will be. That will be her first.
Fouls on number 11, Keely Langford.
So Emma Christensen will go to the line to shoot 2.
It's been an issue with her tonight. She's only 1 out of 4 from the stripe.
So we'll see if she can connect here with 1:36 left here. With the Mustangs down 53-32. Free throw is up and good. Much better looking free throw on that one. Into the game now is Nevaeh Tolentino.
Kinsey Brower, number 15, Braylon.
And
number 20, Nevaeh Tolentino.
Braylon Rule came in. So Christensen with free throw number 2 looks good.
We're exactly where we were at the end of 1 when it was 20-1. 19-point lead is 19 now with 90 seconds to go.
So up top is Keely Langford. She's going to drive it all the way down. Shot is going to be up and no good. Rebounded by Grauer. And tipped around and finally taken by Montoya. Emma Christensen gives it to Montoya. Her 2 is up and good. Jenda Montoya with 4 points here in this period. 53-36. With just over a minute to go, that shot is going to be up and no good by Tolentino. Braylon Rule with the putback, though. 9 points on the night for Rule. 50 seconds left here. Give it off to Christensen out at the right wing. She's going to have the ball taken away by Tolentino. That layup, as she passes it off to Rule, will be up and good. So 30 seconds left here, 57-36. The Mustangs down. Kirsten Dahl in the lane. Her shot is going to be no good, but she does draw the foul. And that will be on Keely Langford. So Kirsten Dahl back to the line where she was 1 of 2 just a little bit ago. 19 fouls on the Mustangs, 6 on the Beat Diggers. Free throw is up and good. 4 points on the night for Kirsten Dahl. She He gets ready to shoot number 2, and that is up and good for Gall. As they get the ball in, they have not started the clock here.
And they haven't even put up the point. It should be 38. And that
Kirsten Dahl once again with the rebound off of the missed shot by the Beat Diggers. Emma Christensen. Oh, that ball off a hand of Beth Brenneman, but she does run it down now with 12 seconds. Into the corner for Wolf. Head fake. She's going to go from the baseline, up and no good. Rebound, the shot is up and no good and tipped around and off of the Beat Diggers. So the Mustangs, with 3.5 seconds left, will inbound.
That score is incorrect, Brian. It's 57-38, by the way. That drives me insane. They do this in Brush. They've done it before here.
So that's the way the contest will come to an end, 57-38.
She made both free throws, did she not?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, what? So 57-38 is the final score. They got to get their act together here. I mean, this has happened too many times. The other night they had the score messed up for a bit as well. Let's take a break. That's Brian Nickel. I'm John Beltran. We'll come back with the boys' game as the Lady Beat Diggers defeat the Lady Mustangs 57-38, despite what the scoreboard says, on Morgan County's B106, B106.com. And we'll keep it right here until we get our studio restored here. Yeah, we'll keep it right here. We'll get to the post-game show here coming up momentarily. For the 57-38 final score. And we'll come back right here on the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Back here at the end of the girls' game, the Mustang girls go down 57-38. The Mustang post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. MCC is here to make their dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out today at morgancc.edu. For the Lady Beat Diggers, leading scorer for them tonight was Cashlyn Catalini with 18. That was followed up by Braylon Rule with 11. Bailey Link had 8, and the ball came in the fourth quarter, as well as Kinsey Brower had 8. Let's see, Carly Catalini was 6. Keely Langford with 4, and Amaya Bruno with 2. Leading the way for the Lady Mustangs tonight was Olivia Wolf with 11. She had 9 of those points from three-point land. Next up for the Mustangs was Jenna Fritzler. Jenna Montoya each with 6. Kirsten Dahl with 5. Marabella Diaz with 4. Emma Christensen with 3. And Brooklyn Cundiff with 2. Kirsten Dahl, or it was Jenna Fritzler that actually fouled out here towards the end of the game here. So, as we said, once the first quarter got over with, it was a pretty even ball game.
Well, it was 20-1 after 1, and then it was ended up 57-38. So that's essentially a 37-37 game the rest of the way. Lady Beat Diggers pick up their third victory. The Mustangs stuck on 1 win. So I think Coach Starcer's got to be happy. Not only that, Brian, Fort Morgan committed just 7 turnovers unofficially here in that second half after they had 17 in the opening half. So they certainly took care of the basketball one heck of a lot better, but so did the Beat Diggers. Actually, not much better, but they did have fewer turnovers in the second half as well than they did in the first half. All right, the boys' game will be coming up momentarily after the 57-38 victory. We'll hang on here and look out for the head coach of the Beat Diggers, the winning head coach, Anthony Wilson, as his team was able to win tonight by 19 points. But we can talk briefly, Brian, about this boys' game. This should be exciting. Both teams are coming off of setbacks, and they haven't played in 2 years when Brush and Morgan combined for 153 points, and the Beat Diggers had a 12-point lead, but the Mustangs won 80-73. And the only player, really the feature player back on either squad for that game is Fernando Marquez, who led the Mustangs as a sophomore that night with 18 points. But anytime the Brush and Fort Morgan boys get together, it's a pretty intriguing athletic type of game.
Yeah, you can throw the records out when it comes to that. You know, in-county rivalry here, and it always comes down to usually a pretty good ball game. So we'll see what we have tonight. It looks like Who am I trying to think of here? It will be.
I haven't read your mind, Brian.
You haven't read it yet? It's because my book is closed. Number 14 for the Mustangs.
Braden Fajardo
will be his second game of the year. I thought maybe he would just sit out and rest that shoulder until the start of the first of the year, but I see he is dressed out for tonight. We'll see how much playing time he gets.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he played much against Eaton or
he didn't suit up at all.
He did play against Longmont. He did play. That's right. You were there. You drove the bus there. He did play against Longmont 1 week ago, and actually made a decent contribution. But you're right. You could tell even then. In fact, he re-injured it in the game against Longmont, not with a fall or anything like that. You could tell there was a stretch in the game, a short stretch, that he started favoring that left shoulder. Let's bring in the head coach of the Bead Diggers, Anthony Wilson, after his team defeated the Fort Morgan Mustangs tonight by a score of 57-38. The board had 57-37. 57-38, the final score here at the end. Coach, sometimes a small stretch makes a difference, and it certainly was that first quarter. Your girls got out attacking, and I don't know if you'd say they coasted the rest of the game. Fort Morgan certainly played better, though. But
we coasted.
But so what was the difference? Just intensity?
Yeah, I think that we need to learn how to close teams out, because that should have been a 50-point win tonight. And I don't mean any disrespect to Fort Morgan in any way. The basketball that we are capable of playing, we should have won by 40 or 50 points. And we had a major letdown after the first quarter. We were up 19 at the end of the first quarter, held them to 1 point the entire quarter, and then we gave up 13 the next quarter to our 13. We didn't extend the lead. Then at the end of the third quarter, we extended our lead by like 2 or 3 points, and it came to our effort on the defensive end. We weren't pushing the pace. We weren't doing those things that we were capable of doing. So little bit of frustration, but again, we're a young team and have to learn how to do some of those things.
What about the play tonight of Catherine Tatalini? Had a pretty good 18 points over the first 3 quarters. I know, you want her to cut down a little bit on the turnovers. I mean, she's one of the big engineers on this team. I mean, let's face it. I don't care how well a team rebounds. It starts with guard play.
Yeah, absolutely. And she played a heck of a game tonight. We've been having conversations about how to let the game come to you and how to take advantage when the game gives you opportunities, and she did a heck of a job of that tonight.
It's amazing you mentioned that. Brian and I were just talking about that with certain players, your point guards especially, the ones who control, if you let the game come to you as opposed to forcing the action, usually the results are a lot more consistent.
Yeah, well, and Yuma's a great example. She had a really tough game against Yuma and was trying to force things consistently. And tonight I thought she did a heck of a job of letting the game come to her and played smart basketball. I think she had a couple of assists, only a couple of turnovers. So I'm going to live with 3 or 4 turnovers with how fast we want to play.
Well, okay, even though you mentioned you coasted in the second half, the turnover total went down a little bit in that second half. I had about 13 or 14 in the entire game. I mean, there were 2 years ago when you went to the quarterfinals along with last year that you were talking about, man, we're averaging in the 20s, and we got to get it more into the team. So tonight was certainly a little bit of an improvement there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things we're doing really, really well right now at times.
Yeah.
We have stretches of those teams from the last 2 years that are capable of making it to the grade 8. And then we have stretches where we can hardly put the ball in the basket and we can't play any defense. And it's what I told them. At some point, good teams become great by taking ownership of the team themselves. If it's a coach-led team, the best you're going to be is good. If it's a player-led team, you can be great. And that's what I told them in the locker room before the game is you need to take ownership of this team so we can be great because we're capable of greatness.
How much is and I don't know if this is part of the philosophy with certain teams, but a catch and shoot, I see even on both sides tonight and even in the Yuma game, with Yuma themselves, the ball is, and then immediately looking to pass. It'd be nice, for a lot of teams throughout the state of Colorado, you get a catch and shoot player that can make shots consistently, and that opens up the offense. How much is that stress within the Brush offense, knowing that you have a nice rotation passing the ball, but if you can hit more outside shots, man, that's going to open up the offense that much more.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing is tonight we couldn't buy a bucket from outside.
Yeah.
And on the season we aren't shooting a bad percentage. We're shooting like 25%, which is equivalent to about 45% from inside the paint, which is higher than we're shooting from inside the paint. So tonight was a little bit frustrating in the fact that we couldn't buy a bucket from outside, but you're going to have those nights. And still to score 57 points when you can't shoot from outside, I'm happy with that.
Without a doubt. A couple of minutes here with more minutes with Brushhead basketball coach Anthony Wilson now during the break. And you made a great point here. If it's a player-led team, they can go further than a coach-led team. What is the message to your team now during the break, knowing the next game is not for 3 weeks, and they can take it upon themselves to keep those skills sharpened as much as possible, at least with the time they do have?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have some pretty good practices. Colorado is pretty lenient on what they allow practices over Christmas break, so we'll get for this next week and for the following week, and then we have for that next week before Skyview Academy. And it'll be nice to have another non-league game after Christmas before we come back and see University, because University is the real deal. So they have to find a way to find that determination inside. We've got a couple of kids that know how to do it, and a couple of kids that are learning how to do it. And so if we can get those kids to learn from some of those other kids that are the same age, and that's the tough thing is without having a lot of senior leadership, we have to have kids learn from kids their same age, which can be a challenge at times.
How do you like this Patriot League schedule coming up? You mentioned University, Platte Valley, obviously, Eaton, Resurrection Christian. This schedule doesn't get much easier.
No, it really doesn't. Our league is a gauntlet is the only way to say it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's every single night, at least once a week, we have a top 10 matchup.
Yeah.
And then in districts, we have districts may as well at times be the state tournament. Last year, Platte Valley didn't even see a team outside the league until the state title game.
Yeah, crazy.
And this year is going to be no different. You have Eaton, Platte Valley, Res, University. Valley is playing well right now. Who else in our league? Frontier is playing well right now. Even the bottom of our league, the teams that win 1 and 2 games in our league, Strasburg, they're playing with the Bennetts of the world and beating the Bennetts of the world that are going to get second or first in their own conference. And so we have to make sure that we're ready for that gauntlet. And at times we're going to be, and I think at times we're probably not going to be.
So essentially, you've got to play against those teams like you did tonight in the first quarter, but for all 4 quarters.
Yeah, and that's what my message to them in the locker room was after the game was I was very, very pleased with our first quarter. And we played like a great basketball team in the first quarter. And then we played like an okay basketball team the rest of the game. So we gotta clean it up and play a full basketball game.
Coach, congratulations on the victory tonight.
Thank you so much.
That's Brush Girls head basketball coach Anthony Wilson. The Beat Diggers defeat the Fort Morgan Mustangs 57-38. I'm John Beltran. I'll come back with Brian Nickel, and we will get to the boys game coming up here in just over 2 minutes on B106, B106.com, and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.